I hope your day is full of mashed potatoes and stuffing and turkey and yams with marshmallows on top. You gotta have yams and pie. You gotta have pie. Apple pie, pumpkin pie, pecan pie, all of the pies, baby. It's a Thanksgiving intro. We have an amazing episode of Shank for you this week with the one, the only comedian, Chris Estrada. But before we get into this week's episode of Shank with Chris, there's just a few things I want to tell you about. One is December 12th. That's right, December 12th. Kim Congdon and I are coming to the main room of the Comedy Store for This Bitch and Friends. It is a stacked lineup. It's me, Kim, Whitney Cummings, Ian Fidance, Jordan Jensen, and Josh Potter, 8 p.m. on December 12th. Get tickets sooner rather than later. It will sell out. And before we get into this week's episode of Shank with Chris, there's just one thing I want to tell you about, and that's Oh Yeah socks. Oh yeah. If you're like me, you go around this world and the only thing you care about is being comfy, being cozy. And the best way to be comfy and cozy, I feel, is in socks and slippers. That's right. When it comes to socks and slippers, there's only one brand I trust, and that's Oh Yeah. Head over to ohyeah.com. That's 3 O's, HYEAH.com. Discount code Sara, SARA 10 for 10% off unique sock and slipper designs. Whether you're into flamingos or alligators or blueberries or surfing, there's a pair of socks for you. They make amazing stocking stuffers. If you have a little gift exchange you're going to and you don't know what to get and you know what the person's into, just go to Oh Yeah. I'm sure you'll be able to find them a sick pair of socks that they'll be able to think of you every time they wear them, okay? Get the socks, support the podcast, patreon.com/Sara Weinshenk for bonus content, and let's do it. Let's get into this week's episode of Shank with the one, the only Chris Estrada, guys. Here it is. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Shank. I'm Sara Weinshenk, and today's guest is the one, the only comedian, Chris Estrada.
Thanks for having me, Sarah.
Thank you. I really don't know anything about you, so I wanted to have you on the podcast.
I think we floated around each other for years, right?
For years, yeah.
I remember I used to see you. There was like a fucking off open mic, and they're all
That's
awful.
That's what I remember too.
Yes,
Which
Delicious
one?
Vinyl.
Oh yeah, that used to be my mic.
Yeah,
I used to host that mic.
Well, I used to see you when you didn't host it.
Okay,
I'm sure it was bad when you hosted it.
It was bad anyway. You slice it. It was bad. You're like, it was like in this weird like room that was next to this pizza shop.
Yes, that's right.
Does it still exist? The pizza shop still exists.
Yes, and there's a mic that still exists. I think it's in the back.
Really?
Yeah, outdoors.
I did a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, the guy who owns the space was really cool, and he like let Kim and I film like a web series in there.
That's great.
And like, yeah, we didn't have any money, and you could hear like the traffic from Sunset Boulevard in the mics.
I mean, you didn't have a full scale production to stop traffic.
Yeah, we didn't.
Permits.
We didn't, dude. Producing stuff yourself is so fucking crazy.
It's hard.
Have you done that? I mean, I know you had This Fool.
I had This Fool, but you know what's funny? I did in between season, or like around the time season 2 came out, I made a short film.
Okay.
And I like produced it myself. But like it's hard because like you don't have permits. Like we were filming like over in Inglewood by like my sister's house. And there was like some cholo who was really like gangster dude who was really mad that we were filming in front of his house, kind of.
Yeah.
We weren't showing his house, but he came out, and then I had to just pay him like $200.
You did?
Yeah, because I actually had money in my pocket just for that. Because we were filming in like different neighborhoods without permits. And I go, at some point somebody might come out and say something, and I could be like, hey, can I give you $100?
And they're like, fuck yeah, you can.
I offered him 100 and he said no. And I said, what about 2? And he said, all right.
Hell yeah, dude. He's a businessman. So you're from LA?
Yep, born and raised.
What part of LA did you grow up in?
I grew up in Inglewood and then lived in South Central.
Okay, so I grew up in the Valley, so different, but still LA.
Yeah, still LA.
What did you like growing up in LA?
I did, yeah.
What was growing up in Inglewood like?
You know, it was like working class. Like it's the hood, but it's like working class. You know, it's like it feels different because like that part of LA is mostly Black and Latino. So that's all you really know.
Yeah,
you know, like it wasn't until I got older that I was like, oh, there's a lot of Jewish people in LA.
Yeah.
Or like when I got older, I was like, oh, there's a lot of Armenians in LA.
Yeah.
Like
I was around the Jews and the Armenians.
Yeah. Or like other groups, you know? Like I probably knew about a lot of Asians just because like at the time, they owned a lot of liquor stores down there. And then also, we weren't that far from Koreatown.
Okay.
So you could go to Korea, and you knew there was a lot of Asians around.
Yeah.
But, like, everyone else, you were just kind of like, oh, okay, there's a lot of, like, if you go to Eagle Rock, there's a lot of Filipinos or, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, everyone,
Yeah.
Glendale's where all the Armenians are.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Where in the Valley did you grow up?
I grew up in Encino.
Okay, cool. I like Encino.
Yeah, I'm a Valley girl at heart. I love it. I've lived on the east side, kind of like East Hollywood / Silver Lake, like on the edge right there. And then I lived in West Hollywood for a long time.
And now you're back in the Valley?
And now I'm back in the Valley.
The Valley calls you back.
Yeah, no, I need the parking.
Yeah.
It just feels...
Big ass streets.
Yeah, it just feels more chill, dude.
I like the Valley. My aunt, you know what's so funny? Because we grew up on this side of LA, and all of our, like, aunts and uncles and all my cousins, except for one aunt who lived in Pacoima. And we thought, like, my mom thought that was long distance.
Pacoima? Yeah.
Like,
that's so funny.
She thought, like, I would explain to my mom, I'm like, we have the same mayor.
Yeah, she's like, what?
She's like, nah, it's far.
It is kind of far from Inglewood. Is Inglewood now getting more gentrified?
Yeah,
like
I don't live there, but I
think
think pockets of it, yeah, like with that SoFi Stadium and like the Inuit Dome and like stuff like that. You kind of see, you see a little. I think that whole area, like sometimes I'll be driving, like I used to live in South Central and I'll drive around South Central and there are pockets that are like, you could tell, not a whole lot, but you could tell.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll see like I always, like sometimes when I see like a couple, like maybe a white couple that I haven't,
seen before?
Yeah, with their baby, like, you know, and they look like upper middle class, I go, oh shit, it is changing.
Yeah, dude, because it's the cost of living is so expensive in LA.
Yes,
it's crazy. So you wrote the short and then you wrote this Fool by yourself, or did you write it with someone else?
No, I wrote it with, you probably know them. You know Jake Weissman?
Yes.
Yeah, Jake Weissman.
I haven't seen him in so long. Didn't he have a different show that was like corporate?
Corporate on Comedy Central.
With Matt Engelbrechten?
With Matt Engelbrechten.
I haven't seen either of them in so long.
They stopped doing stand-up.
They did?
I mean, I love them. They're the funniest guys I know, but they're just focusing on writing.
Oh, smart.
Yeah. Smart, right?
Yeah.
Not the shit life we live.
Yeah. Do you do you go on the road and stuff?
Yeah, I go on the road. I was just on the road this weekend.
Where were you?
I was in San Diego.
Okay. San Diego's chill. I just got back from D.C. Disgusting. Have you ever been there?
I've been in D.C. I don't fuck with that humidity they got.
I just don't like it.
You don't like D.C. though?
I hate everything about it. Like I thought that I was gonna get there and be like, wow, the nation's capital.
Yeah. Impressive.
And I got there and I was like, ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
You
everything.
Looked around and you were like, this is where it all started.
This is where all the rich white men hang out.
Yeah.
And they all have like, everyone was like nerdy with glasses. Like, and I don't have a problem with nerds, but they were like political nerds.
Yeah.
And it was like cold and fall and there was really no life. It was like if you took New York and extracted all the fun out of it, that's what DC seemed like to me.
Yeah. You get like the liberal nerds and then you get the conservative, like the liberal nerds who think they're cool.
Yes.
And then you get the conservative nerds like Tucker Carlson who wears that little bow tie. Like,
yes, that's what they're all like. Yeah. And there's no like a bar scene. And there was nothing. I was there and I was like,
really?
I thought I was going to like it more or at least be like, oh, wow, it's the White House. I saw the White House and I was so underwhelmed.
You weren't impressed?
Not impressed at all. And then I go up to there's a Secret Service guy standing at the White House, and I say the dumbest thing imaginable. I go, is there anywhere I can get like a clean shot of the White House? Because I was trying to take a photo.
Don't phrase that. And
I said it like that, and he got all weird. And then he was like, he looked at me, and then he was in the middle of talking to some average looking woman, and he looks back at me and goes, I've been waiting to talk to her all day, and you just ruined it for me.
He told you that?
He told me that.
Oh, God,
he was a Secret Service guy with a stick up his ass. I'm like, I thought your whole job is to make sure I could see the White House. Yeah, is that not the job? Like, what is the job of the Secret Service?
You know what it is? It's the job to protect it from people who are trying to get a clean shot.
I know, I know. They didn't even notice I said that either. And I said that, which was like, I thought I was going to get arrested after I said that. And instead he got mad at me for cock blocking him. And I was like, dude.
But also a valid reason to get mad at someone for. You know what? The more you talk about this Secret Service guy, the more I'm like,
I'm
you
on
know
his
what?
side.
It's kind of a reasonable dude. Okay.
Well, no, I like talked about it on stage, and this guy after my show was like, I actually work for the Secret Service, and most of the guys who work for the Secret Service are just trying to like fuck bitches.
Yeah, I get it.
And
it's
I
kind
was
of a badass job, don't you think?
The title made me feel like he was important and that he was going to be like, he was going to present as an important person,
Yeah.
but really he just wanted to get his dick wet.
That's
and
true.
I was just like, this is throwing me off.
Yeah.
And then I told my boyfriend I was going to be in D.C. and Kim Congdon told her boyfriend she was going to be in D.C. and both of them were like, you got to go to the Washington Monument. So we're like, I guess we got to go to the Washington Monument. So we went to that. And that was cooler than the White House. But
but still not impressed?
I was like, there's just a lot of statues.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of a dumb fuck when it comes to like American government. Like,
Yeah,
I don't remember any of the shit we learned. Like, it would be cool if I knew what I was looking at.
Yes, I see what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just looking at like white men in bronzed like statues. And I'm like, I don't trust any of these men.
Well, what about the Abraham Lincoln statue? Did you see that? You know that big ass one where you sit? That's pretty impressive.
That one's pretty cool. Yeah, I saw that from the distance. And there's like water in front of him, I think. Or no?
I don't know. I thought in the Washington Monument, there's that kind of like narrow water, like...
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
The water thing is sick.
That's pretty
The
dope,
water thing is sick, but the Washington Monument itself, it was whatever. And I just don't think I care.
Yeah.
And I felt weird because I thought I was going to go there and feel like an overwhelming sense of like...
What excites you when you travel?
Really good food.
Yeah, good food.
Really weird, interesting people. Like
so, like monuments, they don't do shit for you.
No, I don't get off on monuments at all.
Like if you went to Greece and you saw Athens, you wouldn't give a shit.
I think I would care about Athens more than the White House.
Oh, really?
Because I went to Rome and I saw the Colosseum and I was like, this is fucking sick.
It's crazy, huh?
And I went to Italy and I saw the Sistine Chapel and I was like, this
is
is fucking amazing. And then I went to the White House and I was like, eh.
Yeah. What was it? It's just too like...
Stuffy.
Is it too stuffy, formal, like a little drab?
It feels like we're doing too much.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I don't feel especially patriotic right now. So I'm just like, I don't really get it. I don't really get how this all, I don't know. And the people there just seem like they felt more important than they were.
Yeah. They're not grounded.
They're not grounded. They all had like the same, everyone was wearing like navy and khakis.
Yeah, it's a lot of that.
It was a lot of that. And I was like, where are like the alternative people that have like face tattoos and piercings in D.C.? Where do they hang out?
Probably outside of D.C.
Not in D.C.
Not in D.C.
And then I'm a dumbass. I thought the whole time, I was like, I think I'm in Washington. Not in Washington. You're not in Virginia either.
Yeah, it's its own thing.
It's its own thing. It's a district. The whole time I go, yeah, so Virginia is nice this time of year. People are like, you're not in Virginia. I was like, we're not.
And you're not in Maryland.
You're in between Virginia and Maryland.
Yes. It's weird, right?
It is weird. I thought that I should know that at 37, growing up in the U.S. my entire life.
I'll be honest, up until a few years ago, I always thought it was in Virginia. But it turns out it's not either or. Like, it's not Virginia, it's not Maryland.
Yeah, I just learned that.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well.
Really self-important, huh?
Like, you're your own thing.
Oh, what a big deal.
You're your own district. Yes. I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. The food was whatever.
Yeah.
I like going places where, like, the people are, like, either so different from me that I'm like, I don't understand this at all, and it's fascinating.
Where
like,
have you gone that felt like
Jacksonville, Florida. I was like...
You know what's so funny? I thought you were going to say Japan. I thought you were going to say,
somewhere really different.
I thought you were going to say, the northern parts of Thailand, the Chiang Mai district.
I haven't
been
there.
And then you just went, Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida, because it was just like a bunch of like kind of like sloppy, drunk white people.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is more interesting to me than like the stuffy, uptight white
I get it. It's more character.
It's more character. Like they yell things out in the middle of the show. Like the DC didn't. I don't think they liked me, and I didn't like them. And I'm fine never going back.
I get it. There's some cities I'm fine.
Like what?
I'm not good at colleges.
Oh yeah, I haven't done any colleges.
I think you would probably be good at them. I'm not good at colleges, because you know what it is. I just feel like. I don't know. I kind of go up and I don't have like, hey, I'm a young guy jokes,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I don't have like, I think I'm funny, but I don't have fun energy, And I think they
I get
want...
what you mean. They want like loud, fun energy. Like,
Yeah.
last week when I was getting my dick sucked.
Yeah.
Like that
Yes.
type of stuff.
Yes, they want that. And
Yeah.
I did a place in Connecticut, and I was like, I don't need to ever do this again.
Connecticut, I have no idea what it's like, but to me, I just lump that in with D.C. I'm like, is it like stuffy white people?
I don't even, it was college kids. So they were just like, I didn't
vibe with them.
At all.
At all.
At all. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that happens. I was like, Jacksonville, Florida is the worst place ever. And then I went to D.C. and I was like, I'd go to Jacksonville.
You go to Jacksonville back.
Yeah.
Again. All right. That's cool.
Over D.C. Yeah.
All right.
So you wrote this fool with Jake.
With Jake, Matt, and their other partner, Pat.
Okay. How long did it take to write it?
Let's see. They first hit me up. I was working, I was a comic. I was just doing like open mics and shows and like whatnot. And they hit me up in, I want to say the tail end of 2018.
Okay.
Yeah. I was working at a warehouse and then they hit me up. Jake hit me up. Jake texted me and was like, hey, would you be interested in like writing something with us? And then I was like, yeah. And then I was working at a warehouse, so absolutely.
Anything but the warehouse.
Yeah, anything. And then we started writing it around the end of 2018, and then we sold it 2019, and then we started making it 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy the process, like how long it takes.
It takes forever. It feels like it doesn't need to take that long.
It takes so fucking long. Even just
to
getting the
meetings.
shit read.
Yeah.
And then them getting back to you.
Yes. You know what's so funny? I was talking to this lady, and she works in like entertainment,
Yeah.
She's an executive, and I really like her because she said something that made me laugh so much. I said, how you doing? This was recent, like a week ago.
Yeah.
And she goes, just dealing with this dumb election. And I go, oh, I'm sorry. Are you like, do you feel affected by it? She goes, yeah. She goes, but like, what really bothers me is she goes, we had other meetings, like work meetings and pitches with this like network, and they rescheduled because they were bummed out about the election. And then she went, that's why people hate Hollywood.
It's so true, dude.
She goes, that's why people hate Hollywood. She goes, get your ass up and go to work.
It's so true.
Yeah.
And then now everything shuts down because it's about to be Thanksgiving.
I know. They shut down, and then like you go, oh, can I talk to you guys in December? Oh, we're slowing things down.
Yeah, you'll have to talk to us in 2025.
Yeah,
everything literally shuts down
Yes.
from now until January 2nd.
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
No.
Other people are still working.
They're still working. Everybody's still working. These people, and it made me laugh when she said, this is why people hate Hollywood.
Yeah.
Because of shit like this. Like feeling affected so much by the election that you can't go to work.
I know.
And then I go, yeah, that's why people hate Hollywood.
It's true. It's like a luxury to be able to like,
I
I'm
know.
not going to work.
Yeah.
I'm a little depressed today.
I'm a little depressed today.
It's like we're all a little depressed today, dude.
Yes. I don't trust anybody who's not a little depressed.
No, me either.
And
I feel like they're lying.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like it's human to be like, yeah, no, I feel sad today.
Yeah, I think so. And I think there's a lot of people that run away from that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go, no, it's okay. Be bummed out sometimes.
They just go to D.C. to
They go to
pursue a
DC
career in politics.
Yeah. What a ridiculous world.
So do you have siblings?
Yeah, 2 sisters.
2 sisters? Are they older or younger?
Older and younger.
Oh, so you're the middle child.
I'm the middle child, the only boy.
How is that being the only boy?
Good. I feel like my mom was pretty chill. She was like, I almost feel bad in the sense that like, because I was the only boy, she was way more like relaxed with me.
She was?
Yeah, she was like, oh, go out, stay out late,
Oh, really? Was
then
she
with my
more
sisters-
strict?
Yeah, she was way more strict with my sisters. Way more
Yeah, because
strict.
you're like afraid that your daughters are going to get pregnant or
Yeah,
sex trafficked or
Yeah.
something sick and disgusting. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, you're a man. You can
Yeah.
at least go outside. Yeah.
There's some guy who's going to tie them to train tracks.
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
that's
with
what
a
it.
mustache.
That's what I think it feels like when you have daughters. Probably.
yeah.
Do you have kids?
No, but I'm married.
I
And
saw your ring.
married.
Married. How long have
Married.
you been married for?
2 months.
2 months?
2
That's
months.
awesome.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank you. But me and my wife, before we'd been together for 9 years.
Okay.
And I remember at one point she was like, anytime she leaves, I go, hey, be safe. I just kind of like
Yeah.
that. And then one time she told me, she goes, stop telling me to be fucking safe. And she was like, you're putting negative energy out there that some shit is going to happen. But I
Dude,
was just like, I don't know. People are fucked up.
be safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it hits different also when people are like, drive safe. I'm like, well, yeah, of course I'm going to drive safe. Like,
No, I was going to not drive safe.
Yeah, I'm doing my best here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where did you guys meet 9 years ago?
She used to do comedy. We met doing stand-up.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, we met doing stand-up, and that was about 9 years ago. Yeah.
And she doesn't do stand-up anymore?
She doesn't do stand-up anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
But she knows the struggle.
She knows the struggle. Yeah, she knows the struggle. And yeah, we met 9 years ago, and finally we got married after 9 years, which I feel bad. I feel like I waited
You were
too long.
lagging.
I was lagging, yeah.
Are you afraid?
Do you think that's lagging it?
9 years?
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's lagging. I dated a guy for like
Yeah.
5 years, and I thought we were gonna get married, and we didn't. And then I was pissed. I was pissed for like 2 years after that. Of like,
Yeah.
that was 5 years of my good eggs wasted on this motherfucker.
That's true. I feel that.
9
Yeah.
years.
It
Yeah.
was really on 8 year that I said, you know what? I think this is going to work out.
But was she like, okay, do you want to get married or?
Yes. Well, you know what's funny is she said we used to talk about getting married, but I never like formally proposed. I did eventually, but we used to say, yeah, we're going to get married. We're going to get married.
Yeah.
And then by like year 8, we were like, well, we need to start planning a wedding and like doing this and all that. And then we like planned the wedding, but I still hadn't proposed formally.
No.
Yeah.
Was
But
there
then,
no ring?
you know what? She doesn't like jewelry, so I didn't want to buy a ring that she wouldn't wear.
Okay.
So then I ended up, I reached out to her family and I found like a family heirloom
That's nice.
that her grandma had, you know?
That's sweet.
So I proposed with that. And then I ended up proposing while I was on we were both on shrooms.
No. Where were you?
Where were we? We did like a staycation. We went to Hermosa Beach and we got a hotel.
And you took mushrooms?
And we took mushrooms, and then I proposed while on mushrooms.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah, it was a trip.
Do you think that she thought that that was coming, or was she completely surprised?
No, I think she knew I was going to do it that weekend, but she didn't know at that moment I was going to do it.
When you were peaking on mushrooms?
She was peaking. She even told me, because she said, I feel like the room is breathing.
No.
She said, I see it breathing like this, you know?
That's so funny.
Yeah, and then I was tripping out too.
Oh my gosh.
I was tripping hard.
So when did you got married? 2 months ago?
Yeah, 2 months ago.
Where'd you guys get married?
We got married. We broke it up in 2 days. We did a small ceremony for like our families.
Okay.
We got married at this like park.
Okay.
But it's owned by the city, so you can rent it out for events.
That's fun.
It's really nice. It's called the LA River Center.
Okay.
It's over in like where is it? Like Cypress Park area.
Okay.
And then the
That's
next
pretty.
day we got there it is. Look at that.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
So you got married there.
Got married there, and then the next day we had a party for our friends down the street from here.
Where was your party?
It was called Sunset House.
And that was fun?
Yeah, that was fun. That was cool.
Do you guys want to have kids?
Yeah. Yeah.
You do?
I wanna have kids, yeah.
Like 1 or 2 or 5?
You know, are you an only child or you?
I have a sister.
Okay, now I can say this.
Yeah.
I feel like we might have 1, but I would prefer to have 2 because I feel like only kids are a little weird.
A little weird.
A little right?
Off.
A little, like,
they need someone to like touch their toys and get used to it.
Yeah, they need to feel like, I feel like only kids are a little sensitive or like,
yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, they need to learn how to share space with other kids.
Yeah. Do you want kids?
Yeah. Well, I have a boyfriend who has 2 kids.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, so if I had a kid, I would just want 1.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He has 2 wild little boys. They're really cute. Yeah.
How long you guys been together?
A year.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's really nice. It's nice dating someone who has kids, especially in LA, because when I was dating in LA, everyone was like, I never want to have kids. I just want to pursue my art.
I was never like that. I was always like, even when I was growing up, if people asked me like, do you want kids? I wouldn't say no, but I wouldn't say I'd go sure if I met someone like if the situation is right, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, really, the thought about being pregnant is what scares me the most. You're so lucky you don't have to get pregnant.
I know. I can't
Dude,
even imagine it.
You get fat for 9 months and like you feel like shit and you complain all the time and like your hormones are all crazy and then you have to be like
it's literally insane what happens to you guys.
It's literally insane. So I feel like some people never recover either.
No, I don't
That's
think
what's
so.
fucked up, dude.
I don't think so.
Your vagina gets stretched out and then you never recover. And then you have a responsibility for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
but then you're like, it's the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah, but some people feel like that.
No, I do. I do think it is like the best thing that people have ever done. But the thought of getting pregnant scares me. And then the thought of, oh no, what if it's twins or something?
You know what? I mean, my wife has said this before. She goes, if we had twins, she goes, it'd be terrifying, but at least we'd get it over with and we don't have to have any more kids.
Twins are kind of a gift in that way. Yeah, I think. Yeah. But then it's double the expenses at once.
That's true. But you know what I feel, though? Like, we're lucky that, like, we're from here.
Yeah.
Because we would have, like, parents and siblings who would, like, you know, it kind of takes a village to raise a kid.
Yeah.
Like, my sisters have kids and, like, their husband's mothers help and my mom helps. So, like, you know, I feel like it's easier.
It is easier when your family's close by. So did both of your sisters have kids? Or
both of them, yeah.
Boys or girls?
Oh, boys. Yeah.
Three boys. 3 boys.
Yeah, 3. My youngest sister has 2 boys, and then my older sister has 1.
It's funny seeing what the kids get into, like monster trucks or like
Godzilla,
dinosaurs.
Yeah. My nephew's one of my oldest nephew who's like maybe 6. He's really into being cool right now.
He is.
Yeah, that's something. I don't know. Were you interested in being cool when you were like 6?
No, 7? I wasn't interested in being cool to like middle school, high school.
Yeah, right? Like, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
37.
Okay, I'm 40, so I don't remember that being a thing per se, like being cool.
Like, I remember that there were cool kids and I wasn't one of them.
Really?
I don't even remember being cool like, kids.
You know? I remember tough kids.
I remember there was like these kind of like slutty like 6th grade girls and they were like cool and they were like lip gloss and they were like getting fingered on like Ferris wheels and stuff. And I was like, dude, I'm wearing my retainers to school and I have a huge Beanie Baby collection. Like,
troll dolls.
Yeah, like the thought of getting fingered scares me. Like, I just remember being like, whoa, these girls are like women suddenly.
Yeah, 6th grade I can kind of see because you're getting into junior high.
Yeah.
But my nephew's 6.
What does he think is cool?
He like cool haircuts, like getting like little lines on them.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
taking pictures where he throws up the peace sign.
No,
like wearing sunglasses, making sure he has cool sneakers. Like,
no, he cares.
Yeah, he cares. Yeah, he told my sister the other day he got mad because some kid told him that he wasn't cool.
And that's like the worst thing you could say to him.
I don't know. I didn't. When I was growing up, I didn't. When I was 6, I don't think I was aware of cool.
No, being aware of cool at 6 is sad, right?
Because it's like,
who cares if you're cool, dude?
Yeah.
When you're 6,
you shouldn't. Your mom should still be dressing you in a way that's like doesn't
cool.
matter to you.
Not cool.
Yeah,
but will say my mom, I remember she went and she got me a bunch of clothes. I needed new clothes and she went without me. And the clothes that she got me were the opposite of what I wanted to be like. Like it was like all polo shirts from the Gap with like matching leggings. And like the girls in my class were wearing like crop tops. And my mom's like, you're not wearing your crop top. You're in 6th grade. I was like, why?
Around that time, like around 6th grade, my mom, when she would take me out shopping, it was embarrassing because she would, like, say we'd go to, like, JCPenney or something. She would anywhere we went shopping, I'd go into the fitting room, and she'd make me come out, walk, raise my shirt up so she doesn't see that I'm, like, sagging.
No.
Because I was, like, you know, a lot of gangster kids at the time.
Yeah.
And then she would be like, put your hands up to see, like, where the pants are, and she'd be like, all right. Like, you don't look like a gangster. Like,
so then you could get the pants.
I could get the pants. It's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, but do you remember, like, really wanting to pull off like a specific style? Like the older that you got, like, did you see something?
I think when I was like a kid, I wanted to look like the cholo gangster kids in my
Yeah.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like I just thought it looked cool, and I
Yeah.
wanted to do that. Like, you grew up here, so I don't know if you remember at the time when kids were snipping the inside of their jeans.
Yes.
Do you know
And so they were like baggy?
Yeah, so they would open up a little
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, I did that one time, and my mom beat my ass.
She did?
Yeah, beat my ass.
What'd she say? Was she just
Well, she was like, I don't like work and pay for your clothes so you can rip it.
Yeah.
Like, in the inside of the inseam right here at the bottom, like, kids would cut it.
I know. And was there like sometimes there'd be like a string that you could pull out?
Yeah. People would cut it, and then it would open up
wide and be like this around your shoe.
And that was like cracking when I was growing up. Like,
yeah, no, I remember that.
Yeah.
My
mom
I did that with
beat
my
the shit out of me.
She did?
Beat the shit out of me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did you beat the shit out of you a lot, or just sparingly?
I feel like I had a single mom, so like just frustration. I felt like she was just like, I need to beat on someone.
Yeah. Being a single mom would be gnarly.
Yeah.
Single mom with 3 kids.
With 3 kids.
Your dad wasn't around.
He was around here and there.
Here and there. Traces of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I got spanked as a kid.
I did too. Yeah, I did too.
I feel like we were like the last generation to get spanked.
Do you think we're fucked up from it?
Sometimes, yeah.
Really?
No, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. There's times when I'm like, yeah, it's pretty like traumatic to get spanked. But then I'm like, didn't everyone else get spanked too?
I think so too. I mean, like, I don't know. It sounds fucked up, but like, I don't think you should I don't think your kids should fear you, but I think they should respect you. And they should understand like consequences.
Yeah, but it's like, can you explain those consequences without spanking them? And is it as equally as effective?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Because it feels like to me, it feels like, okay, it's hard to teach a kid you don't hit other people and then hit them.
Yeah. You're right. I think, what the problem is? I think because in my mind, I'm like, what's a spank? Like,
yeah.
Like,
it's normalized.
It's like, don't brutalize them. But like, I can understand, like, if they're doing something, like, you ever see, like, a kid run into the street and the parent freaks out and grabs them?
Yeah, that I understand.
I can understand, like, giving them a spank. But some people would say, don't do that.
Yeah,
but I can understand that. I'm not saying it's right, but I could see it. I mean, I get it.
But it's also, like, if they're risking their lives by running into the street.
Yeah.
That, I could see a spanking.
Yeah, me too.
Happening there.
Yeah. It's crazy. I see how I love my sister, so she might think I'm talking trash, but sometimes I'll see my sister or parents, like, they'll, like, reason with their kids, or they'll negotiate with them. And in my mind, maybe I'm an asshole because I go, the fuck you negotiating with him for? The fucking kid, you tell him what to do.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of negotiations that happen. It's like, you're like, okay, well, if you do this, then after you finish your homework, you can have ice cream. Yeah. It's like that.
I don't know. I grew up.
No negotiations.
No, I grew up people snapping their finger, go do that.
And you do it.
And you do it. Because
yeah, but you also had a house of 3 with a single mom. Because I remember I went to my friend's house and they had 4 girls, and they ran that shit like the fucking army, dude.
Yeah.
It was like, it was like the girls would finish dinner and then they knew that they had to start cleaning immediately, and everything was like a tight ship.
You're right. Because I'm the housewife, apparently, in my marriage.
You are?
Because I'm the one that cleans. Like, she cleans, but I'm the cleaner. Like, I feel like I'm the cleaner one. I feel like I'm the one that's like, all right, Saturday, gotta get up, gotta vacuum, gotta mop the floors.
Well, so...
While she drinks a beer and like, spanks my ass.
Her feet are up. Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah. I also think sometimes, does she have a lot more stuff than you?
Yeah, she does.
It's so hard. When you're a woman, you have so much shit.
Yeah. I feel like I have a lot of shit, though.
You do? Like what? Like, are you like a clothes guy? You have a lot of...
No, you know what it is? I collect a lot of shit. Like...
Oh, you're a collector.
Like, I'll have books or records or, like, flyers or posters that I haven't framed that are all in there, like,
Oh my God. The
you know,
flyers and posters
posters.
that I
Yeah.
have in my head that I want to frame, it's like
Yeah.
it's probably like a $500 framing job. I have
I
tons of
know.
them.
I have tons of that kind of shit, and I'm like,
I'm going to hang them up and people are going to be able to see that I've been working in my
yes.
life. And then
Yeah.
I brought home a flyer from D.C. and then I lost it on the way home. So I was like, whatever. I guess I don't need to remember that city.
I regret not keeping more flyers
You
and keeping
do?
stuff like that, because you forget that it's like you can kind of archive your own career, or like,
I know. When I go over, I know Ryan Sickler, I went to his podcast studio and he has all his flyers up. And I remember being like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to hang up all my flyers.
I know.
And
I have a few, but not many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just the thought of getting it framed. I guess I could just frame it myself. Because
Yeah.
framing is expensive.
It is expensive. Yes.
What
it's
the
very
fuck,
expensive.
dude?
I know. I feel like my wife finds good frames on, like, but it's not professional framing. It's just like she'll find frames on OfferUp.
Ooh, OfferUp. I never go on OfferUp.
You're not an OfferUp person?
No. What happens on OfferUp?
People just selling things.
Is it like Facebook
It's
Marketplace?
like, yes, it's like Facebook Marketplace.
OfferUp.
Yeah.
Do you ever get furniture off OfferUp?
She does.
Damn.
Yeah. She like flips furniture.
That's fun.
Yeah. She likes working with her hands, and
She can like restore a desk and then resell it.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she can do all that kind of stuff.
Dude, I can't do any of that.
Really?
Yeah. Can you?
A little, not really. Not as much as her.
Yeah.
She really taught herself.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she taught herself a lot.
So this fool did how many seasons? 2 or 3?
2.
2. People loved it. I didn't see it,
people
but
were
everyone
nice.
was like, it's the best show ever. You got to watch it.
People
So
were
I'll have
really
to
nice
watch it.
about it. It was, people were really nice. I feel really lucky that people that enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like it did. Even though we did 2 seasons, I felt like it was appreciated.
Yeah.
And like, we got really good reviews and people seemed to like it, and it helped give me a career more.
Yeah.
You know, like so I feel really appreciative of that.
Right. So now, are you still writing?
Still writing, yeah. Still writing.
Like
still trying
scripts and stuff?
Yep, still writing scripts, working on another show, and hopefully I get to make that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work writing.
It's a lot of work. Do you write?
Yes. I wrote a feature with Kim Congdon.
That's dope.
Yeah. And then I wrote a pilot with Chelsea Skidmore. She focuses more on writing now.
That's cool.
Yeah. And it's a lot. I
Yes,
mean,
it's a
and
lot.
also you have to like who you're writing with.
You gotta like who you're writing with, and you gotta be excited about what you're writing.
Yes.
You know, you have to believe in it.
Yeah, you have to believe in it like 1,000%.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when you get notes,
That shit can hurt.
I'm like, what do you mean I need to change that? That ruins the entire script. Are you fucking...
Yeah, that shit hurts. But I like when people give you tough notes.
I like when they give you notes and at first you're adverse to them and then you put them in and you're like, okay, it's kind of better now.
Yeah. That's a person that'll give you a good note.
Yeah,
Like,
that is a good note. Yeah.
It's like I had a friend who I sent him something and he wrote back, "This isn't as good as I think you can make it. Like, I think you're better than this."
Damn.
And pointed out all these things that like, and I was like, yeah, you're right. But that's what I needed to hear.
Yeah, sometimes you need to hear the notes that
Yeah.
you don't want to hear.
Everybody wants to be told they're a genius the first time.
Yeah, because you're like, this is all I've been doing. You better tell me I'm a fucking genius. I've been living in my head with all
I
these
know.
weird ideas, dude.
Yeah, which is lie to me.
Yeah, just tell me it's
lie.
amazing.
Tell me it's amazing.
Yeah. So what? Do you have any specials out? Have you done a special
No,
yet?
I've never done a special. Have you?
No. How long have you been doing it?
God, I'm now 11 years. I want to, though.
I want to do a special.
Yeah, I want to do a special. You know, I'm on the road a lot, so I have an idea what like my hour is.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
so
the good thing
really-
about going on the road is you
Yeah.
get to figure out your hour. You get to like have fun with the more time on stage.
Yeah, it's great. I feel like, you know, if I film a special, I don't want to do an hour. I want to do just 45 minutes.
45 minutes is perfect.
Perfect.
I agree with that because 30 feels too short.
30 feels too short. I actually think 40 is not bad, but 45 I think is the sweet spot.
45 sounds perfect because it's like if you shoot for an hour and then say you have 15 minutes of material that you like a little less than your other, and you don't know how it's going to turn out when you shoot it either.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
other thing with filming a special is like now a lot of people are producing the specials themselves,
That's right.
which is
Yeah.
crazy.
I know. It's been democratized, right? Like,
They're
in
like,
a
you have
way.
$100,000 to put into your special. I'm like, no.
No. But sometimes
Who
it's so
does?
crazy. It's like, it makes me laugh. I'm like, everybody has a special now.
It's true.
Like sometimes I'll land on something. I go, wow, this person just kind of shot their own thing for like, you could tell it doesn't maybe look great or whatever,
Yeah.
but they got it and it's up.
I know. And there's something to that because
Yeah.
then the materials there's something about like, I just want to get rid of some of the material that I know works, that I still like, I can do it, but it feels like I'm like a hack when I do it.
I feel you.
Do you have those types of bits?
Yes. I every time I go out, I go, what joke that's been in my thing for a few years, can I get out of here? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like in San Diego, I worked on 2 new jokes in the middle of the set.
And that's the best feeling.
And that was good because I got to not say these 2 other jokes that I don't care for anymore, you know?
Because I feel like it translates sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, I can say this joke and I can say it with my eyes closed. And sometimes it's like, I could just go into it at any point. It's like a default joke that I know works.
You go into robot mode,
and
right?
then as it's coming out, I'm like, oh, this feels bad.
Yes.
And I don't like that.
Oh, it stinks.
It's the worst.
Stand-up is the worst.
Stand up?
Yes, it's the worst. Why do we do this?
I don't know why we do it.
It's retarded.
It's like you do it for a lot of years and then you wake up and you're like, whoa, I'm almost 40. I guess this is what I do.
Stand-up. You know what's so funny is I always say this. I go, I like doing it and I think it sucks.
I know. I complain about it all of the time. Like my boyfriend's like, every time you have a set, you complain, and then you come back and go, "It was the best night ever."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, yeah, I think that's part of the process of like when it's like 11:30 at night, and you're like, well, everyone else my age is in bed."
I know.
And in your 20s, you're like, "This is fucking awesome, dude."
I joked around. You know, I started late too, though. I started at 29:30.
Okay, I started at 24. So
Yeah, so that's a good age to start. I started late, so when I started, I was like, treat this like a real job, and I was like, you don't have time to go to parties and hang out and
you don't really have much of a life when you first start. If you because you love it and becomes everything that you do.
It kind of becomes high school again, right?
It definitely becomes high school again.
It becomes high school. You're like hanging. It's also weird because you're hanging out at night. I used to joke around that I used to say that one night I stayed in and I watched Bar Rescue.
Yeah.
And it scared me because I realized how much more fun that was than going out there.
It's true. Sometimes when you have the night off after having like 4 sets like back to back, it's the best feeling.
That's great.
Yeah. It's also like, I think that it's a balance because sometimes when you just only do stand up, then you're not having the experiences of life.
Yeah.
And then it's harder to like draw from experiences and observations and stuff if you're just always in a comedy club.
Yes. And
I talked to Potter about that yesterday. How many of those days do you think you could have in a row, though?
Of what?
Like the bar rescue day. Like you're sitting
a bar rescue day?
A week.
I
need a week of bar rescue day.
Right
now, today, I'm feeling like I need a little cocoon. Like I want to hide for like a week and just watch Bar Rescue and have my phone on Do Not Disturb.
I think I could do like 2-3 days at most.
Okay, that was about what we were saying too. So a week, 2-3 days. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess
I've gone like a week, like, you know, where I took a vacation with my wife and I didn't do stand up for a week. I've done that.
And that's fun.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I love a vacation.
Yeah. You love a vacation?
Yeah. I could use a vacation right now.
Where's the last time that you went out of the country?
Out of the country, I really have to think about this. So it must have been a while ago. Was it London?
How was that?
It was really awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't go for stand-up, though. I just went for fun.
Yeah, to be a human being.
Yeah. It was. Good. I think it was even before I did stand-up, and it was awesome. What about you?
I'm trying to think. What was the last place I went to? You know, before I used to do stand-up, I used to travel a lot.
Really?
I was like, I would, you know, I just would have all these. I used to say that I used to have like 3 shitty jobs to pay me what one okay job would pay me.
Yeah.
But I would work a lot of jobs because I didn't go to college and I don't have like a college degree. I never had good jobs. I always had like working class, blue collar jobs.
Yeah.
And I used to save up money and then I would travel once a year for like a month or two.
Where'd you go?
One year I went to Cambodia,
Whoa.
Vietnam, and Thailand.
Whoa. How were those?
Amazing.
Which one was your favorite?
In a way, probably Cambodia, because at the time it was like Thailand had a little, like, was more of a tourist place. So you could, like, Cambodia didn't have as much tourism at the time.
Did you do any of the weird sex things in Thailand?
We went to a ping pong show.
Well, that's where the ladies shoot the ping pongs out of their vaginas, right?
Yeah, I was out there with my friend, and he was like,
we gotta go.
We should go. And then I went, and then I was like, then people started, like, there was a live sex show, and I said, this is weird. I don't need to see it. Just go. I mean, I shouldn't be seeing anyone throw ping pongs out their pussy, but I went
They
anyway.
can just shoot them out. They
Yeah,
just put one in at a time, or are there multiple ping pongs in the vagina?
I think it was one at a time.
How do you practice that?
Yeah. I think that they go to the gym. They go to the...
Fuck stand up. I'm going to shoot ping pongs out of my pussy instead. Yes. That's where I'm at. That's crazy. Okay. So you saw that. Did you see anything else weird?
No. I mean, that was the weirdest shit I saw. I went to like... when I was in Thailand, we would go to like kind of the temples, the open air markets.
Yeah.
We were kind of doing like... touristy things, and then going to like the islands, like all those really beautiful islands they have there. Then we went to Cambodia, and then we went to Vietnam.
Cool.
It was great.
Where had the best food?
Probably Thailand.
What kind of food does Cambodia have?
You know, I don't distinctively remember their food, but it was kind of like a mix of like it was close to Thai food.
Okay.
In a lot of ways.
Okay.
You know,
I love Thai food.
Thai food's great.
Yeah.
I went there, and then I remember a few years before that, me and my buddy, we did like a month and a half. We backpacked through Europe.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, we went to like London, Paris, Rome, Florence, Barcelona.
Okay, I've been all of those except Barcelona.
Yeah, it was cool.
Barcelona was cool.
Yeah, it was really great. It was like an amazing city. Like the architecture is really cool. Like it was cool because they speak Spanish, so I was able to talk to them in Spanish. Even though they're kind of snobs, you know?
Are they?
Yeah. Well, they're snobs towards, like, Latin Americans.
They are?
Yeah, because they colonized us, you know?
Damn.
So they're kind of like, if you talk to them in Spanish and you, like...
Is the Spanish Mexican a little Spanish. Different?
Yeah, I talk like... And then they'd be like, oh, that's not how you say it, you know?
No.
Like, yeah.
They would correct you?
Yeah, they're snobs. I mean, God bless them. Great culture, good food, but they're snobs.
What? I loved Florence. Florence was
dope, huh?
Yeah. Florence was one of my favorite places that I went to in Italy. I liked the Colosseum. Did you see the Colosseum?
Yeah, the Colosseum was great.
That was sick.
Yes.
I was like, really I didn't think I would care.
No.
And then I got there and I was like, damn, this is where people used to like fight.
Yes, dude, and you go inside.
Yeah.
And it's crazy the technology that was available to them. Like they say they would be able to bring in transport water in there and close it off. And
so
like,
crazy.
It blew my mind.
Yeah.
It made me, I mean, it just makes me think of Gladiator, the movie.
Yeah.
You know? See Joaquin Phoenix going like this.
Yeah. Well, I feel bad for Joaquin Phoenix right now because of the Joker too.
Oh, did you see it?
No, but I heard.
I heard it's awful.
I heard it's awful. Even Tim Dillon was in it, and he's talking shit on it. He said it's awful.
That's hilarious.
Also, Joaquin Phoenix, did you see the movie Her?
Yes, I remember that.
That was one of my favorite movies.
With Scarlett Johansson as the voice. Remember
the
that?
operating system. Yeah.
That was the original Incel movie.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, absolutely.
It's the original Incel movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like endearing in that though. But then I heard he was supposed to do that gay movie that he dropped out of.
He was supposed to do?
Joaquin Phoenix was supposed to do some gay movie.
Okay.
And it was like
a Brokeback Mountain type movie?
Kind of, like, yes.
Okay.
Where he had to have like a gay sex with somebody and then he dropped out like last minute. Yeah.
Look
5 days before production.
Oh, Todd Haynes movie too. Wow.
It was like a big deal.
That's crazy.
Do you think he got nervous?
Yeah, he probably, or
or maybe he was tired from the Joker.
On the surface level, it looks like he probably didn't want to do that shit, but maybe that fool had family shit come up. Who knows?
I like it. I like how you're thinking outside of the box.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know what he's personally
look,
going through.
If it was me, I'd be like, no, I'm not doing this anymore.
You get cold feet.
Yeah, I'm just trying to give him
the benefit of the
doubt. Not me. I know I'm a piece of shit, but I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
It's a little too gay for me. I think I'm going to sit this one out.
I think I'm going to sit this one out.
Yeah. No, because a lot of people were disappointed about it, too, because it was, like, set to happen. And, 5 days before production,
he's a great actor.
He's a great actor. That's why I have been feeling bad for him. I'm like, how does he feel post-Joker 2? And then also having to act with Lady Gaga. I'm sick of that bitch.
You're sick of her?
Take her out of the movies. Let her sing rah rah, whatever the fuck she's singing.
Did you watch Star is Born?
Yeah, she was good
Phenomenal.
in that. She was good in Star is Born. But she was playing
You know, when that movie came out, my wife went to go see it, and she came back. She was like, it was amazing. She was like, you have to watch it. I go, I'm not going to watch it. I didn't think it was the kind of movie I'd like.
Yeah.
And then I went with her, and it fucking blew me away.
It was really good.
I go, she was great. That motherfucker Bradley Cooper was
Bradley
great.
Cooper
that fucking sing.
Yeah. No, that movie was good. But then she was in was it Gucci movie or something?
Yes.
Where she was like Italian. I was like, I'm not buying this. And there's a clip of her and Salma Hayek. Can you find it? It's like talking about the Gucci movie. And you can tell Salma Hayek's like fucking annoyed with her.
That's so funny.
I love Salma Hayek.
She's great.
I remember when I first started this, I wrote a letter to myself, and I said, I don't need you anymore. I said, I need only the parts of you that are meaningful for Patricia. Everything else I do not need and has to go. And I feel like I put in a cauldron, like a witch, all the things about myself that were her. And
oh my God, this is great. Because this is just like, bitch, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm done with her acting. After I saw Selma's face, I was like, we've had enough, bitch.
I wrote a letter to myself. Is so funny.
I wrote a letter. I don't need this. I got rid of all the parts of me that weren't Patricia. And then she says it like, it's just so like pretentious, like a white bitch, like actress. God. Yeah.
I just love Salma Hayek's face just being like, bitch.
Yeah. She's like, I've been doing this since before you were born.
I know. She was like, I was in Fools Rush In.
Oh my God, I loved that movie.
Remember that movie with R.I.P. Matthew Perry?
Oh God, that was one of my favorite movies. Yeah. I saw it several times.
I remember renting that from like the video store.
Me too. Yeah. Because doesn't she have like a chihuahua?
Yes.
And then Matthew Perry's mother comes in and goes,
remember how
a rat.
That movie ended too? She ended up having the baby at the Hoover Dam.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a crazy movie.
That was a crazy movie.
They don't make rom-coms like that anymore, dude.
No. I'm trying to think. I guess those Legally Blondes were kind of rom-coms.
Yeah, Legally Blonde.
Remember Reese Witherspoon? She was queen of that shit for a bit, right?
Reese Witherspoon, yeah.
Yeah.
Her daughter looks exactly like her.
Really?
Yeah. It's crazy. It's like a clone. It'd be crazy to have a kid that looked exactly like you. Do you look exactly like either of your parents?
You know, people tell me I look like my dad.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you see it?
Unfortunately so. Unfortunately.
She looks exactly like her mom.
She does. Yeah. Oh, wow. She does.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's just like a carbon copy, dude.
But she kind of also looks like her dad. Because her dad's Ryan Phillippe.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was great.
Yeah. And this one looks like both of them too.
Yeah.
But they also kind of look like Reese and Ryan.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they do.
I mean.
That's great.
Anyways. I wasn't planning on getting into Reese Witherspoon's children, but one thing led to another.
I was planning on it.
You were?
I remember when I came to this podcast, I said, I want to talk about one person and one person only.
And that's Reese.
And that's Reese. Yeah. And you went Witherspoon, and I said, is there another one?
No, it's the only Reese.
Yeah, it's the only one that I know of.
It's the only Reese that matters.
Yeah, it's the only one that matters.
Yeah, I don't know anyone else named Reese.
No, that's a peculiar name.
What do you think you name your kids a peculiar name?
No. I want my kids to have normal ass names.
I could see myself getting real douchey with it.
Can you?
Yeah.
I like that. I like that
you know that about
yourself.
LA bitch inside me.
I like
that you know Phoenix rising from the ashes. Yes.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Like something dumb for sure. Are you gonna go like with a classic name?
I think I would go like, kind of a classic name. I would either want to one of those names that you can either say that like work in English but also work in Spanish.
Okay.
You know?
Like what?
You know, me and my wife were saying one time, Luna is a nice name.
Luna's a great name.
Right?
Yes.
Because it's moon in Spanish, but anybody can say it easily
and
in
it's
English.
really cute.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Luna's a great name.
Yeah.
I take it.
Yeah.
I'm not pregnant, but now all of a sudden I'm like, I gotta get pregnant and name my kid Luna. No, Luna's a good name, dude.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I like that a lot.
But you're thinking you're going the weird route. You're going to go Phoenix.
Because Phoenix seems like he could get beat up.
Phoenix sounds kind of cool to me.
It sounds kind of cool,
actually,
right? It's
out
like
of the
it's
more
on the
douchey
edge.
names, it's on the edge.
It's on the edge of douche, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I think all my kids' names are going to be on the edge of douche.
Better to be on the edge, though. Better
full.
than full douche, you know?
I know I won't have like anything too, like, if I have a girl, it won't be too girly.
Really?
It won't be like an Ashley
Okay.
or like a Brittany.
What are you thinking? What's like not a girly girl name?
Stevie?
Stevie?
Yeah.
Like Stevie Nicks?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Like,
Yeah.
I like that. It's cute.
That is cute.
It's just cute. It's not like.
Yeah, that's cute.
It's cute.
As a name, too, it's Stevie. That's
Yeah,
fine.
just
It's not a
Stevie.
nickname, it's a name.
That's
Stevie.
the name.
That's actually cute. I feel you
Okay,
on that.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that works.
This is what women my age do. We sit around and name our unborn children.
Apparently, this is what men my age do as well. Because I'm in this conversation fully.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
No, yeah, I think it's important because my brother had his first kid and then he named him Riggs after Lethal Weapon, and I was like, who let you do that?
Come on, dude.
Riggs?
You know, I mean, God bless your nephew, but don't name a kid Riggs.
I was laughing. I was laughing so hard. He named me after the X-Men.
He did.
They
let him name me, and then my dad was like, it's kind of Spanish.
Yeah, because you could say Javier or yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
I know. He's a special guy, but I love him.
Riggs.
Did you go to any like when you grew up in LA, did you go to any like LA clubs when you were older?
I did.
I did too. Before I did stand up.
I remember I used to go to Beauty Bar.
Where was Beauty Bar?
Off of like Hollywood and Cahuenga.
Fuck. I did go there one time.
Remember Beauty Bar? And then remember right around the corner from Beauty Bar, there was on Hollywood, there was like a club, like a bar club that had it was like a shoe store during the day and then the club at night.
A shoe store during the day and a club at that sounds fun.
It was that, and then I used to go to Bordner's.
Oh, yeah. They used to have goth night at Bordner's.
Do you remember World?
What was World?
World was on like around the corner of like Hollywood and La Brea, and that's where they had like different rooms, and they would have like New Wave night or like
I do think I did
hip-hop
go to
night
World.
or like World at World. I don't know. When I was around, there was like Florentine Gardens.
Where was Florentine Gardens?
On Hollywood.
And then it became something else,
it became something else, yeah. But when I was growing up, I remember I used to be scared of like, when I was a kid, I was like, I'll never go there because like Fox 11 News, I remember seeing like a news story about like, or maybe it was an urban legend that people were like injecting people with AIDS.
Oh, yeah. No, I was so afraid of AIDS in the 90s.
Yeah,
Dude, was that like a major campaign? Like when I would go to the gas station, I was afraid that I was going to get pricked by a needle because I heard that could happen
we
there.
all heard that growing up.
Telephone poles.
Yes,
like
dude.
telephone, like when you go to get the change out, you can get poked and then you have AIDS. And it's like, what kind of sick motherfuckers are riddling the fucking
phones and on
gas
dance floors.
Yes.
But none of that makes sense. It was all like urban legend.
It was.
Know?
And then I remember they said, like, if you go to the movie theaters, you got to be careful of the AIDS needles in the seat. And I had this one friend who was like OCD a little. And every time before we went to the movie, she would kick the seats several times to make sure there were no AIDS needles.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. But
like,
that was going around in the 90s.
I know, but it was like, I'm not having gay unprotected sex.
I know. Yes.
Like, if you get AIDS from a movie theater seat, that's a bad life.
If you get AIDS from a movie theater seat, it's because you were fucking on a movie theater seat.
Yeah, that's
like,
so true.
Unprotected sex.
Yeah. Did you go to, I used to hook up with like guys in high school at the movies. Did you do that?
Oh, I used to work at a movie theater, so come on.
Yeah.
I was a pimp about it. I'd be like, oh, you want free passes? Your boys got you.
No.
You know?
Yeah, I would hook up with my boyfriends at the movie theaters. And
I
then my
remember-
mom would pick me up and be like, how is the movie? And I was like, it's good. I don't want to spoil it.
I used to drive, so I remember worked at a movie theater. Me and my girlfriend at the time in high school, we would ditch, and then we'd go to my movie theater job. And then I remember one time making out. You're in high school. I was like maybe 11th grade, making out during Moulin Rouge.
Ooh.
But so much so that we didn't pay attention to the movie.
Yeah.
I remember like back then, like you'd make out so much your lips would hurt by then. You'd
Yeah.
be like, damn, I'm tired.
yeah. You would thought, I remember like I wasn't having sex yet and I was hooking up with this guy and we would dry hump.
Yeah. I don't think I ever dry. I think we just had sex.
We dry humped. And
Yeah.
I was like, this is horrible. I was like chafed. I was like in my jeans getting dry humped.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that stage of life is awkward.
It's
when you're
so
like not
awkward.
really an adult, but you're still like you have like sexual desires, and you're like, where can I go give a hand job that's
Yeah. It's just
Safe.
weird. And everybody's weird. And,
and
everybody's like,
nobody knows what they're doing really.
no one has any idea what they're doing. You're also like still growing, so part of you might look a little weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, it's just awkward.
It was so awkward. And my aunt used to get on the phone with me and be like, your mom's going to show up when you're at the movie theaters and sit behind you just to scare me.
Really?
Yeah. And she never did. But it
That's
was
so
always
funny.
kind of like in my head. I was like, she can really do that because that would ruin my night.
Oh man. I know I worked at a movie theater, so it was
Fun.
fun. It was easy.
Did you have a curfew?
No.
No
Yeah,
curfew?
I mean, yes, but not crazy. Not like my sisters, I think. Like
Was your mom cool? Like, would she let you guys drink?
a few times, yeah. A few
My mom
times.
didn't.
My mom was kind of like, if you're going to drink,
Do it at here.
Yeah.
Cool mom.
You know, kind of like by the time we were like 17, like,
Yeah.
you know, when I remember I had like, me and my friend had a party at my house.
And she was cool with that.
She was cool. She was like, everybody should make sure nobody stays, like, gets wasted or like,
Yeah.
don't drive home, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
She was cool.
I used to go to my friend's house because her mom had no rules and she had older brothers.
Yeah.
And they were like hot baseball players.
Yeah.
And we would all just go over there and get hammered and everyone would hook up with each other. It was like.
This is like mid-90s.
Yeah. yeah.
Did you ever see that?
No.
Oh, you got to watch it.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think because you grew up in LA, I
Yeah.
think you will really like it. It's a
Okay.
great movie.
Okay, it takes place in LA.
Yeah, it takes place in LA.
Did you have a fake ID?
Yes. I got my fake ID. So when I was growing up, like other like Latino people, you would get fake IDs at MacArthur Park
Uh-huh.
or in Huntington Park.
Okay.
And you get like fake IDs all the time. Yeah, I had a fake ID.
Did you ever get it taken?
No, never.
Really?
Yeah, I worked all the time.
I had
Did you have a fake ID?
I had a bad fake ID.
Really?
Yeah.
I had a really good. It cost me a lot. I remember at the time it was like $200.
Yeah,
or
it was
something.
like an investment.
Really good.
And then I worked at Abercrombie Kids, and I had this this boss who gave me her ID, and it worked like
Great.
perfectly.
Where was this at?
Which Abercrombie?
Yeah.
Sherman Oaks, baby.
All right. Sherman Oaks Galleria?
Fashion Square.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. The Galleria I was at Sherman Oaks Galleria for a lot of my childhood.
Yeah.
In the 80s, my mom used to take me there, yeah.
Do you miss malls?
Yes.
Right?
I miss malls so much.
I
Like I
miss
said, I'm a
malls,
valley
yeah.
girl that just misses the mall, dude. And now when I go to the mall, it's weird.
Like, do you prefer a mall over, like, say, the Americana or, like, you know, those open air?
Yeah.
I call those, like, fake city malls.
Those are weird, dude.
They're weird, right?
It's too much.
It's too-
Caruso's doing too much over there
Yes,
with
that's
those fucking
Caruso.
malls and the fountains. It's like, what? I don't need the water show. I just want a fucking
Yes.
Wetzel's pretzel and I want to go
Yes,
try
sure.
some shit on and go home. But like, I went to the mall in Sherman Oaks recently and it was empty. It was kind of
know.
sad.
It's sad, right?
I was like, this used to be bustling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Used to be dudes bothering you to clean your sneakers. Where are they at now?
No, there's nobody there.
Nobody's
It's just
there.
that the only store that's busy is the Apple store.
Yes. You know what's still pretty packed? I went to the Glendale Galleria.
Ooh.
That was pretty packed.
The last time I went to the Glendale
Yeah.
Galleria, it was also packed.
I respect the mall with a good food court.
Yes.
Good food court. The mall I grew up going to like Fox Hills Mall.
Uh-huh.
That was where all the people from the hood
Yeah.
would go to that mall. That mall was in Culver City because Culver
Yes.
City's not that far.
Yes.
So everyone would go to that mall. So you get all the hood kids there. And then Crenshaw Mall had a lot of the hood kids. But then then I was a big swap meet kid.
Ooh, a swap meet.
I would go to swap meet, Inglewood swap meet, Slauson swap meet. Yeah.
A swap meet is fun.
Swap meet's fun. Yeah.
Dude, I want to go to a swap meet.
Go to a
Now,
swap
this is takeaway from this. Swap meets.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I think it's because everyone just orders shit off Amazon.
I hate that.
And I like going and trying things on.
Yes.
Because sometimes you don't get, and then it's now I got to do a return because it doesn't
That's
fucking
it.
fit right. There's nothing worse than ordering something offline and then it doesn't fit. And you're like,
Yes.
now I have a new errand.
I don't like to buy clothes online like that because right now I'm like skinny fat.
Relatable.
So like I need to know what it fits like in person.
Yeah,
you know?
no. Or sometimes you're like be in between sizes.
Yeah.
And I need to know. Yeah.
You need to know. I was like, I want to order some shit. And then I'm excited that I'm going to put it on and then it doesn't fit. And then
There's nothing worse.
Turn it. And
There's nothing worse. And then I was like, okay, because I'm bad. I've been buying a lot of fast fashion shit from like fucking Shein. It's horrible. It's bad for the environment. It's filled with lead. It's probably shaving years off.
But you seem fashionable. You don't seem like a fast fashion type of person.
Thank you, but I do mix. I have a mix of stuff.
All right.
Okay, so then I was like, fucking. When I was in D.C., it hit me that when Trump puts these tariffs on my fast fashion things.
Oh, that's right.
My Shein blouses that cost $5.99 are about to cost $55.99, and that really sent me. I was like, can we just pay taxes so I can get my cheap shirts?
My wife taught me something. It's called Simple Basics.
Okay.
She was just like, buy like basics from really good stores.
And then you always have them.
And they'll last you longer.
And then you
it's
can
easier to
rotate
like
the other stuff. That is a good note.
It is, yeah.
And I should know that. I feel like that's a note that I feel like I've given before. But yeah, because sometimes like it's hard when you know you're going to be on camera, or you know you're going to be on stage, and you're like, and then I wear this, and then people are like, oh, she always wears that one thing or whatever.
But you know what? I feel like people
don't care,
don't give a shit, or people don't notice the way you think you notice.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
that is.
Have you been called out for it?
No, because I'm really good about the rotation.
Yeah, because you live your life in fear.
I live my life in fear of being caught wearing the same thing twice, which is such like a gross mindset.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean? Like you wear it once and then it's like, that's it.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Yeah. No, wear that shit more
shit more than once. Mix it up.
Mix it up, you know? Accessorize, or what did it say? Like wear it with the jacket, or wear it, you know?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But when I'm not like out, I love being in my sweatpants. Are you like a pajama person? A robe guy or no?
No. I like, you know what's so funny? I always have a guilt of what we do because it doesn't feel like real work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like even for the listeners, like I asked if she wanted like the headphones on or off, and you said that put them on because it feels like we're working.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, that's how I know you feel guilt.
Yeah.
And you're a real person, because like if you're like, nah, whatever, I'd be like, what a piece of shit. But I think because we work, but it's unconventional the way that we work. You know, we work at nights, or like
there's weird guilt.
Or there's weird guilt because you're not clocking in, and you don't you're kind of working off a bit your own enthusiasm and battery and your own accord. So and you're working off something that you go, I hope this works out.
No, I know. I remember.
So I always feel guilty about that. So sometimes like if I have a day off, I like to get up in the morning and run my errands and get dressed and do all that shit. And then by the time that it's like evening, I'll go, all right, fuck it, I'll put sweats on or something.
Dude, that's my favorite part of the day.
Yeah.
Is my sweat part of the day. Or the second I get home from a show and I just get to get in my pajamas.
That is nice.
This is the best feeling in the world, dude.
It is nice.
Yeah, no, I remember when I first started stand-up, my parents were like, okay, so like what's your other job too?
Yeah, I mean, I was working a job for a very long time.
A personal assistant during the day. When you work and then have stand-up at night, that shit's
hard.
Brutal, dude.
I would go do stand-up, and then after open mics, I would go do Postmates till like 3 a.m.
That's crazy.
And then I would go do like my warehouse job.
What was the warehouse job?
It was a retail like warehouse, so we handled a lot of like clothes and stuff like that for.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was working at that. Then another one was like a redistribution warehouse where you just hold shit for like stores and companies while they sell their other shit. You have to hold stuff
like
for
storage,
shit like that. Yeah.
I was a personal assistant, but then she tried to change me into like a personal assistant / nanny / tutor. She was like paying me one rate. And then she was like, okay, well, they have homework. So can you do that with them? And I was like, okay. So then I'd all of a sudden become a tutor. And then like.
Now you're teaching her badass kids?
I was teaching her her kids, all kinds of shit. I was like, I can't believe this is my job. And then I would go and I'd be so tired. And then I would do stand up because it was like being like a single mom for like 6 to 8 hours and then leaving.
You have they're your work kids.
Yeah, dude. And you can't yell at them as if they're your kids. You can't lose your shit because you're getting paid to be there. So you have to be like lead by example and be on good behavior. I'm like, just being a personal assistant was shitty enough.
Yes. Do you still think about those kids?
Yeah.
Really?
I do, yeah. I was a nanny also in my 20s, and I think about those kids a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you get used to seeing them.
Of course,
they're like, they become like a little part of your life.
Yeah.
And then you like don't see them, and then you see them again like maybe years later, and it's so trippy because they're like full adults.
Now, what a trip.
Yeah.
Man, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just so I don't like to be too comfortable during the day. Because I go.
Because you feel guilty.
Because I feel guilty. I feel guilt.
I know, but that's not a good way to live. I'm trying to be comfy 24/7, dude.
I don't know. I think my background, you grow up with guilt.
Yeah. No, I know.
What's your background? Are you Jewish?
Yeah, I'm Jewish. And I went to Catholic school.
And you went to Catholic school?
So I have all kinds of guilt. Are you Catholic?
God. Yeah, I grew up Catholic.
Dude, it's fucking crazy.
Are you, is one of your parents Catholic?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
But they put me in Catholic school even though my dad's a Jew.
Yeah.
Because the Catholic school is better.
Did you get bat mitzvah and all that?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I was raised Catholic.
Okay.
But I feel more Jewy than Catholic just because of like I grew up in the valley and everyone around me was kind of Jewy.
Okay. But you have the guilt of Catholicism.
Yes.
Do Jewish people have inherent guilt about anything?
But they're just neurotic.
It's neurotic guilt,
It's like neurotic, like Larry David energy.
Yes.
Like there's that, but then when the Catholic guilt is like bad. The Catholic guilt is bad, dude. Did you have to do like
I did my first communion. I did
first
my
penance or whatever, reconciliation.
Penance. I did
confirmation.
I did my confirmation.
Me too.
Yeah.
Dude, confirmation was weird.
It is weird, right?
We had the weirdest confirmation teacher, though.
Really?
She was off, dude. She was like so weird. She said that. First of all, I remember I showed up to confirmation, and this is when I cared about being cool because I was in high school, and I showed up in like this like really long black coat that had like a boa like attached to it here and like a boa attached to it here. And I walk into confirmation in like heels and like this like slutty goth like coat. And the confirmation teacher goes, "Whoa, you look like Rose McGowan. Do you know who that is?" And I was like, "No." She goes, "That's Marilyn Manson's girlfriend, and that's not a good thing." And
that's kind of cool.
At the time, I felt like so weird and bad. And then I remember her saying crazy shit like, "Yeah, when I was a kid, I'd put rocks in my shoes and walk through Disneyland so I could suffer like the martyrs."
Whoa.
And I was like, this bitch is nuts.
I never felt guilt like that.
She did weird shit like that, dude.
Oh, my gosh. She wanted stigmata.
Yeah.
You know what stigmata is?
The holes in your hand. Yeah, yeah dude. Do you do like Ash Wednesday? Do you do any Catholic stuff now?
No, not so much. But you know what's so funny? Like when you grow up, I mean, you grew up Catholic too. So like when you grow up with it, it feels like, I feel culturally Catholic. Like
I know.
Like, you know, sometimes when I get on the freeway,
or if I hear a siren, it's like a weird, you can't not do it.
Or like, you know, like Mexicans, we grow up with like more like European Catholicism. It's like the Virgin Mary, but we grew up with they call it the Virgen de Guadalupe. It's like the Mexican Virgin Mary.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, she's cooler.
Yeah, it's like a chola.
Yeah. I actually have this shirt that I thrifted that is the Mexican Virgin Mary, and it says Hustler on it.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite shirt. Yeah.
But I grew up, so what's funny is like, I don't know that I believe in that stuff anymore, but like when I see it, it means something to me.
That's how I feel. Like I have like a few Catholics. Like I pray to St. Jude. Do you pray to St. Jude?
St. Judas. Yes.
St. Jude's the man, dude. Yes. I'm like, I'm desperate again, St. Jude. What's up?
That's my family's saint.
It is?
Yes.
That's crazy. That's my mom got me into praying to St. Jude too. She's like
we light St. Jude candles.
I have a St. Jude candle.
Dude,
yeah.
When like my sister was having her kid, she would light the candle. Like, just so St. Jude could look over us.
I do feel like oddly connected to St. Jude more than any other saint. And for a while I was ordering all these St. Jude candles off Amazon, and they kept showing up cracked. And I was like, this is a bad omen.
No, just don't order from. Just go to like a supermarket and then find the Latino section,
and they're in there.
And then they're right there.
Okay.
They're next to the bags of rice.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, that checks out.
Yeah.
What about? Have you gone to like reconciliation? Like, do you go like confess your sins?
Dude, No, I haven't. I don't. The idea of doing that now
freaks
seems
me out.
Ridiculous.
Like there's that weird screen.
Yes, that weird screen, all that.
And I remember doing it as a kid, and I didn't really have that. I was like a pretty good kid, so I remember getting in there, being like, "Fuck, what are my sins? Like, what are my sins?" And I'd be like, "I hit my sister last week," and that would kind of be it.
That would be it. Yeah.
Forcing myself to think of everything I had done wrong. Yeah, and then sometimes like around Christmas, like. Christmas makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah, same.
I think that's from Catholic school.
I think so too.
I like Easter too.
Yeah. Well, we used to go for Ash Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a thing. Like everybody, all the kids in school, you would see the
and I didn't like it. Sometimes when it would be too big, it'd be like dripping down your nose. I hated having it on me.
Yes. And then we used to go like Mexican Catholics. They have this thing called is it December 12th? Did you ever go, Xavier? Did you ever go to Las Mañanitas?
No, I don't.
Did you grow up Catholic?
Yeah.
So it's like for the Virgin Mary, for the Virgin de Guadalupe, you would you get up on December 12th, you go to a church at 5 a.m.
Whoa.
And you sing to her. Like they get mariachis.
There's mariachi bands?
Yeah, and you sing to her because that's when she appeared in Mexico.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I love the stained glass.
Me too. I like all that Catholic shit. Like the imagery, it's kind of cool, right?
It's cool.
I like rosaries.
I like rosaries too. We did. Did you guys? Well, at my school, because it was Catholic school, we had to do like Stations of the Cross.
Yeah, I know.
That shit was weird though.
That's weird.
We did this thing where someone our school made us reenact the Stations of the Cross,
that's
and
insane.
someone was Jesus.
That's insane.
And he had a crown of thorns.
That's insane.
And it was this kid that got bullied like all the time, and then all of a sudden he was Jesus.
Yes.
It was so weird, and there was like
the
women.
Real Jesus got bullied.
Yeah, no, I know. That's how he got it. He got elected to be to be Jesus, and his dad was actually like a carpenter in real life, so it was like a whole thing. We're like, he's got to be Jesus.
And his mom was a virgin.
yeah. So weird. I also because at my school they said if you're an altar server, then you get to go to Six Flags.
Okay.
So I was like, I want to go to Six Flags.
Yeah.
So then for like 2 years, I was an altar server just so I could go to Six Flags.
We used to have something like that. I didn't go to any Catholic schools, but I went to public schools, and then we had religious studies. So the elementary I went to, right next to it was a Black Baptist church.
Okay.
So if your parents like signed off on it, you could go to this
Black Baptist church.
Yeah. So it was like a bunch of Latino kids and Black kids that would go and get an hour off like once or twice a week. And you go to this Black Baptist church that was right like kind of across the street from our elementary school. And then they would just like read you the Bible. And there was all these like older, nice Black ladies. So like it was just like everybody did it just to get out of school.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they wouldn't like you would just go hang out and
was it more fun than Catholic church?
Yeah.
Because like a black church just seem more fun than like Catholic church.
Catholic
like the
schools,
singing seems more fun. Like the vibes are better.
They're into it.
Yeah.
They're loving it.
Yeah. Okay, well that's our podcast.
That's our podcast. Yeah. Go to church, everyone.
Go to church. Pray for yourself.
Go to church, go to temple.
Pray to St. Jude.
Yeah, pray to St. Jude. Feel guilty about your existence.
Feel guilty about getting into your pajamas after a long day of work.
Suffer. You need to suffer.
You need to suffer.
Yeah.
It's the way of the Catholic. Okay, this comes out on, what's today, dude? The 19th. This comes out the 27th, the day before Thanksgiving.
All right,
So
cool.
do you have anything you want to promote?
Yeah, I'm going to be at Brea Improv in Orange County in Brea, December 6th to the 8th. Come out.
Hell yeah, that's a fun club.
Yeah.
Cool. And then where can people find you online?
At Chris Estrada Comedy on Instagram and at Chris Estrada 85 on Twitter.
Okay, awesome. And thank you guys for listening and watching another episode of Shank. Make sure to check out Chris Estrada. Go watch this fool. Everybody loves it. I need to watch it. And also you can find me December 12th, the Comedy Store main room. It's me, Kim Congdon, Whitney Cummings, Ian Fidance, Jordan Jensen, and Josh Potter. Get tickets. It will sell out. And you can find me here every Wednesday on Shank and every Monday on This Bitch, and patreon.com/Sara Weinshenk for bonus content. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
See ya.